it's kind of like a thing on like social media or like back and forth. Like, do you think that like being part of the LGBTQ community is like a like you're saying it's a learned thing? Like people aren't born with it. Like it's a you choose to be LGBTQ. Is that what like your stance is? Not like you're
So
born with it.
it's
Not
kind of hard
born.
to say it's a choice, because I don't feel like I would have made that choice as a child. But I think that it is. I don't think behaviors are choices. I think that behaviors are learned, or some behaviors can be a trauma response. And so I think that there's a disconnect somewhere along the line, and it's about intimacy. I think that we are created to have intimate relationships, same sex intimate relationships, but intimacy doesn't mean sex. Sex is not intimacy. They're two separate things. Intimacy is what a father and a son would share, what two brothers would share, or a grandfather and and his grandson. And I think that somewhere along the line that gets blurred, and then society and culture come along and tell that person that if they have that desire for same-sex intimacy, that it must be an attraction, and if it's an attraction, then it has to be romantic and or sexual. And just to give you a quick example, is I had befriended a man, and we were just very good friends, and we used to go hiking and walking and hang out together and talk a lot. And it's one day out of the clear blue, he said, "Wow," he said, "you know what? I think that you filled a void within me." He says, "And I'm not like that. I used to have to look to sex to fill that void, and it never filled that void." He says, "But now I've experienced what a real relationship with a man is like without sex, and that void was filled." And so he kind of got to recognize that it wasn't an attraction, that it was just a desire for some intimacy. Like if you're struggling with same-sex attraction or gender confusion or bullying or trauma or feeling like you don't belong, guess what? You are not alone. If you've been abused or molested, whether it's physical or mental, emotional or sexual, you're not alone. But the answer is not to let the LGBTQIA movement define you, drug you, or mutilate you. The answer is found only in the truth, in love, and in healing. And so these things, they're not who you are. They are just things that happen to you, or they were lies that you were told. They're behaviors that stem from some type of trauma or event. They're trauma responses. But I can promise you that they're mutable and they're curable. And I can promise you that because I'm living proof.